Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking. That means a lot to you guys. Keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today's video is going to be a little bit more serious than usual. Just because there's some horrible stuff going on Twitter, as usual. I mean, obviously that's kind of the thing with Twitter, right? Horrible things go on there. People, use their anonymous nature, I guess, to perpetuate these hateful things, and that's what's happening to Nneka right now. She's being attacked for her political stance, something that I am very familiar with and I feel really bad for. So in this video, I'm going to go over plenty of examples that I found of this happening and what's happening right now to her. And then on top of that, how she's fighting back. And I think this will be one, no matter where you are politically, that you will understand exactly why I'm so mad that this is happening to Nneka. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's free, it's easy, and it really helps the channel out. So back in June, when the cast was leaked, people went to Nneka's Twitter and they saw that some of her liked tweets were tweets that really, I guess, kind of were right-leaning. They were right-leaning politically. Yes, I know, the great crime of maybe being kind of like a Republican. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah, she liked tweets from Candace Owens. She followed, attacking her. I went to Twitter and just did a little bit of research. I just looked for maybe 5 minutes and I found about 10 tweets, guys. It's bad. It's really bad. One's like this one that says, Nneka is a weird Trump supporter. From what I've seen, she follows Candace Owens with the throw up emoji, or at least the queasy emoji. I mean, just absolutely unnecessary. And on top of that, it's kind of perpetuating this narrative that, okay, well, we like Nneka as a person, but because it disagrees with me with her politics, I now have to hate her, or I'm happy with her going. Bringing things that are outside of the game into the game. And I think that's just bad for the game in general. But just in general, like on a human being level, that's just not cool. This next one for me was even worse. Someone says, learning Nneka is a pro-Trump anti-vaxxer makes the sting of losing 3 POC women in a row a little less painful. So many problems with this, where do I even start? Okay, so first of all, the idea that having 3 POC women could go home in a row being in any way like this damaging, horrible thing, I don't understand. It obviously wasn't done for those reasons. So why are you bringing those racial reasons into it? Again, they only see you as your race and your gender. These people are so focused on race and sex, and yet they blame everybody else for being racist. I don't understand the logic at all here. And then 2, the idea that, oh, well, I love POC women, but then when they're Trump supporters, I hate POC women. To me, if that's not racist, I don't know what is. I mean, that's the definition of racism. And we continue with tweets like this one that says, well, Nneka shouldn't have voted for Trump. It's her karma, with, ironically, the heart emoji. And then this person who says, I wanted Nneka to go because she's a Trump supporter and anti-vaxxer. Again, these are bad, but this is not the worst of it at all. Take this idiot for an example, who said Nneka being a Nigerian Trump supporter is unsurprisingly foolish, or rolling eyes emoji. They haven't been really good at picking good presidents in a while. You'll have to excuse her, #Survivor. And again, it's funny because all of these tweets have hundreds of likes. You may not see the like count, but these are getting support from the entire Survivor Twitter community. Again, it just shows how radical they've become. Here's the second worst one, and then we'll get to the worst one after. This person says, Nneka's the most conflicting Survivor player ever. She seems so nice and genuine. I want to root for her, but I just can't get the thought out of my head that she might be a Trump supporter. Like, what? Again, this person just being completely brainwashed into literally thinking that if you are a nice and genuinely good person, right, a person with good morals, a person who is not evil, then you have to vote blue. You could not possibly consider voting red, or even just leaning right politically, or even just liking a certain tweet from a certain person. It's now becoming socially abhorrent to disagree with this mob of people, and they hate people like me who call this out and who have a platform to call this out. They don't want people like me to have this platform. They want to keep their majority, and it's just simply not going to happen. I just will not allow it. And I'll talk about 2 specific examples in which the mob has come after me specifically on Reddit in tomorrow's video. Guys, we haven't even gotten to the worst tweet yet. Here we go. So Nelson Willis 12 says, that's because Nneka already latched onto the first white pale man she saw. She's a black person that advertises herself as a Trump supporter, so you already know the type. Clearly, Noelle knew they weren't going to save Nneka over her. Nneka's game was just pale butt kissing. That might be one of the most racist things I've ever read in my entire life. It's hilarious to me that these people who claim to be saviors of racism are the most racist people that I've ever both personally interacted with, but on top of that, just seen from afar. I mean, there's so many different things wrong with this. So first of all, she's saying that because Nneka aligns with Cody and aligns with Jesse, that she somehow only aligns with pale white men, that she had that plan going in. How do you know that? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, literally, how can you be this dumb? On top of that, he says that her whole game was pale butt kissing. So I'm confused. If you're a black person, can you only align with minorities? If so, can you only align with black people also? Or is Hispanics okay? Is Asians not okay? You know, is it based off of like who is in slavery at some point? Is it based off of, you know, who is paid less than $1 according to you? Because obviously that's BS as well. What is it based off of? Who can Nneka align with so that she's not a pale butt kissing person? To me, this logic is not only broken, but it's harmful, because there's people out here that actually read this and think this is the truth. I just don't understand. It gets me so worked up because there's someone out there who reads this and genuinely thinks, oh wow, you know, that's just a really, really good point. Like, there's people with that small of a brain. It's shocking to me. Now, Nneka is trying to defend herself, but she's doing it in, of course, the most sweet way. She's killing them with kindness, as you can see in this interaction. You can pause the video to read it in its whole, you know, complete nature. I actually have a call to action for you guys. So with Nneka getting all this hate, probably in her DMs and on Twitter, you know, people tweeting very negative things at her, I want you guys to reach out to Nneka in some way with something positive, because I know this is not fun. I'm sure she's probably regretting her decision to come on the show, and you never really want someone feeling that way, regardless of if you agree or disagree with them. So again, reach out with something positive, you know, a compliment, anything, and I'm definitely going to do the same. And if that's what, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.